In getting to know your digital timer, it's important to have an understanding of the key function buttons. At the top left-hand side is the override button. Press this button and the system will spray for the duration of one C1 cycle and then off. We'll talk more about cycles in a bit. Next is the delete or previous button. This will take you back if you make a mistake when entering. For example, if you're setting a time for 8 a.m. and you accidentally run past it to 9 a.m., you can press the delete previous button to go back to 8 a.m. Or if you have programming you wish to delete, press this button, then press the enter button, and it will delete the programming. Next is the hour-month button. You'll use this to program the hour and the month for the system. Next is the minute and date button. This sets the minute and the date for your system's events. Next is the seconds, day, and year button. This button sets the cycle seconds as well as the day and the year. The next button is the event button. This button schedules the system to turn off, go to cycle 1, or cycle 2. Next is the enter button. It saves the displayed information in the memory. Every time you enter something into the timer, press this button. It will program it into the memory of the timer. At the top right is the mode button. Push this button to go to the next mode after entering information. Other features of this timer include recognizes daylight savings time, recognizes leap year, LCD display, manual override, and a backup which holds the memory for 4 days. When you first plug in your timer, allow 2 to 3 minutes for the unit to charge. You'll see a flashing 12-hour display when the unit is charged. At this point, you can choose between a 12-hour day or 24-hour military time. You can toggle between a 12-hour day and military time using the hour-month button. Most people prefer the 12-hour day since it's easier to program. Press enter and you're ready to begin setting the clock. Press the hour button and hold it until you get the appropriate time of day. Then do the same with the minute button. Press enter and it will change the screen to the date. The first 2 numerals on the timer represent the month. Press the hour-month button and hold it until you reach the appropriate month. Remember, if you overshoot it, you can always use the delete previous button to go back. The next 2 numbers in the timer represent the date. Press the minute date button until you reach the appropriate date. The last 2 numerals represent the year. Press the second day year button until you get to the appropriate year. Press enter. The daylight savings time screen will be displayed. You can toggle daylight savings on and off using the delete previous button. Most people use daylight savings time. If you do, simply press enter. The timer will now change automatically to daylight savings. For simplicity, we recommend writing down the complete times that you want your Shoo-Fly system to spray throughout the day. Your spray system schedule is described using the following terms: the event, which is each spraying action, the time at which each event occurs, the cycle, which describes how long the system sprays at each event, and the length of each cycle. Your Shoo-Fly system allows you to choose between 2 cycles for each event. We'll use these examples to demonstrate a typical spraying schedule. Let's set our first cycle. Press the second day year button until it reads 60 seconds, which is what we have in our example. 60 seconds is a good recommended duration for a daytime event. Press enter. The screen will change to cycle 2. We'll use this for our nighttime cycle. Press the second day year button until you get to 40 seconds. Press enter. If you want to change the seconds for either cycle, press enter to navigate back and forth. When you have the correct time for your cycles, press the mode button and the screen will navigate to your first event. Remembering our examples, we're going to schedule the first event for 8:10 a.m. Make sure you watch the AM or PM. If you make a mistake, hit Delete Previous to go back. Notice on the left, the display says Off. The system will not run in the off position. Press the Event button and it will change to Cycle 1. Press Enter and you're ready to program event number 2. Remember, in our example, we chose 11 a.m. for this event. Press Event and it will assign it to Cycle 1. Press Enter to confirm and you will move to Event 3. Repeating the steps, keep programming until you reach Event 5. Event 5 is a little different because Event 5 uses Cycle 2, which, as you remember, we programmed for 40 seconds. Press the Hour-Month button until you reach 10 p.m. Press Event, then this time press Event again to go to Cycle 2. Press Enter. Program the 6th event as you did Event 5, using the Event button to choose Cycle 2. Since we don't have an Event 7, we'll hit the Mode button to finish our event programming. Now we're ready to put our program in motion. At this point, let's take a minute to note how your display should look. You should see the day part, the spray status set to Off, and the system set to Automatic. If at any time you wish to bypass the automatic settings, pressing the Mode button will switch it to Manual, completely bypassing everything in the system. To return to the automatic settings, press the Mode button 6 times. To cycle through the screens, you'll use the Mode button. Push the Mode button twice and it will display the clock screen. This gives you the opportunity to reset your clock if necessary. Press the Mode button again once to navigate to the date. After making any necessary changes, press Mode again to go to Daylight Savings Time. You can make any necessary changes here as well. Just remember to always press Enter every time you make a change to record it into the system. Press the Mode button again and you'll come to the cycle times. You can toggle between Cycle 1 and Cycle 2 by pressing the Enter button. Make any changes necessary, and remember to press Enter after every change to save it. Pressing Mode again will take you to the first event. You can cycle through the events by pressing the Enter button. Make any changes necessary, remembering to press Enter to save them. Then press Mode again. You'll return to the time of day and system status screen, and your system is set up to run automatically. If you want to clear all settings, press Enter while in the Time of Day System Status screen. The system will change to Clear, and on the right it will read Off. If you press Event, it will switch to On. At this point, if you press Enter again, you will clear the timer. The timer will revert back to its original factory setting.